Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Here's Mrs. Smith reading out loud your Canada and USA unit exam to you. Although it's not linked up yet, your YouTube link for Mrs. Smith reading the test is going to be right here underneath where it says 6th grade social studies. And if I were you, I would press play on the YouTube and then I would have the Google form opened up. That way you can hear my voice reading the test, but you can minimize that window and you can answer the questions as we go. We're going to start with first and last name. Type in your first and last name. The drop-down menu says whether you're in social studies or pre-AP social studies. And let's get started. Number 1, the passage from our Pledge of Allegiance that reads, "And to the Republic for which it stands," refers to which form of government? Theocracy, direct democracy, representative democracy, or oligarchy? Number 2, look at the images before you try and make your decision. Compare and contrast a monarchy and an oligarchy. Which of these statements is true? Monarchs may hold elections, but the elections are fixed so that the elite group always wins. An oligarchy is ruled by a group of a few people, and a monarchy is ruled by one person. An oligarchy is a fair and balanced form of government because there is more than one leader, or a monarchy is a democratic form of government. Number 3, a weakness of the monarchy system of government is that the United Kingdom has no king, kings and queens require a large military, rulers are not selected based on ability, or people do not enjoy voting to select their ruler. On number 4 and number 5, you'll have to look at this graph that's called ethnic groups in the United States, and you'll notice that the different bars on this bar graph are ethnic groups: Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, and Asian American. So it says, according to the graph in 2000, which two ethnic groups were just above 10% of the population of the United States? So we would look at whichever bar we're looking for the year 2000, and we would come up with Asian American and Caucasians, Hispanics, African Americans and Hispanics, or Caucasians and African Americans. Looking at the same graph, it says, according to the graph, which ethnic group showed steady decline during the years of 1980 to 2010? Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanics, or Asian Americans? Number 6, in the representative democracy of the United States, which constitutional principle do these statements illustrate? The president appoints new members to the Supreme Court. The Senate must approve presidential appointments to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court can declare laws by Congress unconstitutional. Is this flexibility, checks and balances, or citizenship? Number 7, in the United States, what's one major difference between the responsibility to pay taxes and the responsibility to vote? All citizens must pay taxes, but voting is only encouraged. Citizens who vote do not have to pay taxes. Voting only happens every 7 years, but paying taxes is year-round. All citizens have to vote no matter your age, but only adults pay taxes. Number 8, an amendment is a change to a document. What are the first 10 amendments of the U.S. Constitution called? Bill of Rights, Bill of Writ, Postscript, Preamble. Number 9, Ursula is a 27-year-old woman who was born in Berlin, Germany, and she wants to become an American citizen. In order to become an American citizen, she needs to follow these certain steps. Completing all of these steps could take many years. What's the process called? Step 1, take an immigration interview. Step 2, pass an immigration test. Step 3, complete an oath ceremony. Those steps in order are called reverse immigration, Americanization, paying taxes, or naturalization. Number 10, the introduction to the Constitution is called the preamble. What do the words in the preamble to the Constitution tell us about the purpose of the document? We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, tranquility means calm, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, do establish this Constitution. The purpose of what I just read is to provide employment for U.S. citizens, to provide for the protection of U.S. citizens, to create new states, or to develop pride in the United States. Number 11, which of the following statements is not true about citizenship? Being born in the United States makes you a citizen. All people living in a country are automatically citizens of that country. People who move to a country can become citizens by completing certain requirements and participating in a naturalization ceremony, or a citizen is a legal member of a country. Remember, on number 11, we're choosing the not right answer. I'm going to read to you about Jorge, and based on the information, what can we say about the government in his country? Jorge lives in a country where they just held elections. Winston Wade was just elected to the office of Prime Minister. Jorge did not vote for Winston Wade. He doesn't agree with Prime Minister Wade's view on taxes. However, the majority of people who voted in that election voted for Winston Wade. Jorge decides that he will vote in the province's midterm elections. He hopes to find a candidate who thinks the same way he does about taxes. Is Jorge's country a democracy, an autocracy, monarchy, or oligarchy? Number 13, in the United States, there are many duties of citizens, including paying taxes and following laws. If a person breaks the law, judges can decide on a sentence. The group of people that decides what to do with a criminal is called a, fill in the blank, trial, jury, lawyer, or library. Now we move away from USA and we start on all the Canada stuff. What advantage does a dog sled have over a snowmobile as a form of transportation in the northernmost parts of Canada? Dog sleds can handle a wider variety of terrain, including water. You can travel much faster on a dog sled than a snowmobile, or you're less likely to get lost on a dog sled because dogs can travel even in blizzard-type conditions. Number 15, which of the following statements is a common misconception about the Inuit? During winter, most early Inuit lived in igloos made of dirt and earth. A traditional Inuit diet consists of mainly meat, seals, caribou, and whales. Most Inuit live north of the Arctic tree line. Or Eskimo and Inuit are interchangeable terms. That means you can use them the same. Number 16, based on the reading passage, what did Canada's leaders do after World War II to attract more people to live there? To help increase the nation's industrial power, Canada needed more workers. Canada's leaders made it easier for people to enter the country by encouraging immigration. Canada's population began to grow, particularly after World War II, which helped Canada meet its need for more workers. Immigration laws encouraged people to move to Canada from other nations. Canada's population jumped from 12 million people in 1945 to nearly 36 million people in 2016. So again, what did Canada's leaders do after World War II to attract more people to live there? They increased the number of farms. They adjusted immigration laws to make it easier for people to move to Canada. or 12 million people were in Canada in 1945. Number 17, Canada has a long history that includes Native Americans and European explorers and settlers. Which statement is not true of Canada's history? The Vikings explored the eastern coast of Canada as early as the year 1000, but did not stay for long. The French explorers came to Canada in the 1500s and traded furs with the Native Americans and farmed. The French explorers farmed. British merchants arrived to Canada in the 1600s. The First Nations and the Inuit went to war for control over the province of Quebec in the 1980s. Again, this is one of those not true. So you're going to choose the one that's not true. On number 18, how has the Inuits' history with white Canadians and European settlers differed from that of most other Native American peoples? The Inuit were able to successfully fight off European settlers. Inuit life has remained unchanged for centuries, or the Inuit have control of their own land of Nunavut in northern Canada. On number 19, it's actually 4 questions in one because it's a matching. I've got 4 words: bilingual, separatists, province, tundra. And you're going to choose the word when I say the definition. So the first one, able to use 2 languages. Is that bilingual, separatist, province, or tundra? Those who want to break away from a dominant group or government. Is that bilingual, separatist, province, or tundra? A vast treeless region of the north where the subsoil is permanently frozen. Are we talking about bilingual, separatists, province, or tundra? Last but not least, a region within a country. Is that bilingual, separatists, province, or tundra? And right here, we use each word just one time. One word goes with one definition and none of them double up. On number 20, Canada, Mexico, and the United States signed NAFTA in the 1990s. NAFTA stands for North American Free Trade Agreement. In 2018, the trade deal changed to be called the USMCA. That's United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. What can you infer about this agreement just based on its name? The countries of Mexico, USA, and Canada have an economic alliance to easily trade imports and exports. NAFTA was a cause of internal tension for the separatists in Quebec who wanted to keep French culture alive. Canada allows the Inuit to continue whaling despite the whale being an endangered species. Or Canada's biggest exports are petroleum and oil, machinery, and industrial parts and vehicles. Number 21, based on the map, in which region is the absolute location of 80 degrees north, 80 degrees west? If this map is too small for you to see, you'll have to zoom in. For me, because I have a touch screen, I just do this to zoom in and this to zoom out. I just pull it with 2 fingers. You might have a different button over here where it says zoom, and you can make it bigger with the zoom tool on your browser. Either way, if the map is too small, you'll have to zoom in. I am looking for 80 degrees north, so I need to find the latitude that's 80 degrees north, and then longitude 80 degrees west. So I'm figuring out which line right here is 80 degrees west. And wherever those 2 lines intersect, is that at the northern lands, which is Nunavut, Quebec and Ontario, the prairie provinces called Saskatchewan, or is that in the United States? Again, 80 degrees north, find the line that is 80 degrees north. 80 degrees west, find the line that's 80 degrees west. And wherever those 2 come together, that's what we're looking for. Last but not least, number 22, based on the map, which region of Canada is bordered to the south by the Great Lakes of the United States? Here's the United States, And these are all of our Great Lakes. So it says, which region of Canada is bordered to the south by the Great Lakes of the United States? Are we talking about Quebec and Ontario, the Northern Lands, Greenland, or the Atlantic provinces? Okay, kiddos, now that you've had Miss Smith read this test to you, you can press submit and then you can choose view score and you can see what you got immediately. Miss Smith will collect all of your scores in Google Classroom, and I will contact you if you need to make test corrections, or I'll put that grade into Skyward for you. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a really great day.